about to get started. We have some extremely special guests. We have some friends of Pamela and I, and Lauren and Timothy, and some distant friends via social media and across the country. But if you've been in this very long, and we always tell you and encourage you to find people that are successful. Don't reinvent the wheel. Find people that are doing well and they're consistent in their business. And these four individuals completely represent this. Two of the individuals didn't know they were going to be in front of you tonight, so they're extremely excited. They just got off a plane from Arizona. So I told them it's going to be a laid-back time. They just want to share a little bit with you where they've gotten. They're both ambassadors, which means they're doing very, very well. Okay, so you take your ambassador chart, and they're doing a good bit better than that. But at the end, we're going to hold questions. We're going to hit questions at the end because we get too much going. It gets a little bit confusing. So if you have anything, just kind of jot it down, and we'll take a few questions at the end. That way that they can speak in complete sentences and keep their thought process and all those type things. But some dear friends of ours that live right around the corner, and I just had the privilege of marrying their daughter a few weeks ago on the beach. And that was exciting. But it's Ray and Rhonda Hartman, if you want to come up, and Drew and Danielle Mahar, both ambassadors. Absolutely.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.
Awesome.
They're all getting together. They're going to Nashville for the U, which is this weekend. So if any of you are going, that's tremendous. One of the things I appreciate about Ray and Rhonda is they're tremendously successful in this business, but they are extremely down to earth, just great people. So I appreciate it about you guys and the Mahars. I see you from afar. And
hot mess.
I would see that too. But thank you, Rhonda. You want to start just kind of talk about how you got in the business and where you guys come from. You're from Seattle originally. You're over here, but you guys are welcome to sit down. Just lay back, kick back, drink some water.
That's great. Well, you guys, it's so nice to see you today. Originally, Ray and I lived in Seattle, Washington, which is about as far as you could get from where we are here in Georgia. Hi, Julie. Great to see you. And prior to our move down here about 8 years ago, I had another home-based business. That was how I was able to stay home with my growing kids. They were pre-teenage, and I had one that was little at that time, and it just seemed like such an amazing concept that I could make enough income doing that job to be at home with my kids. And I did that. And I did that with that company for almost 10 years. So it was fantastic. I was able to move with that business down here when we moved 8 years ago and pick it up and start my business. However, when the economy shifted back in 2007, I don't know if y'all remember that, but in 2007, 2008 started to become really difficult times and people were really holding on to their money. So the business I was in, I sold pretty things for your house. So what's the first thing to go, ladies, when you are limited on a budget is those pretty things. So my business started to fall. And I wasn't looking for anything when I found it works. And in fact, my 4-year anniversary was on the 22nd of this month. Ooh. Yeah. So I really wasn't looking for anything. I was online. I was looking to actually invest in that other business that I had because I was in. I wasn't making any money, but boy, I was in. And I made the determination that when I clicked on this little advertisement and I saw this ad, you guys, some of you know what I'm talking about. It says, see results in as little as 45 minutes, right? And I'm a girl, so I said, what? So I clicked on that, and I realized at that moment, it was as if God spoke to me, like, you need to investigate this. And I thought, if this really worked, I knew it was going to change everything for our family, and thankfully it did. So the day that I found it works, the person that called me, returned my call, was a woman by the name of Madra Jones, and she lives in Missouri. Y'all know who that is? Yeah. Yeah, she's a black diamond with our company now. But at the time, she'd only been in business for about 6 months. So we talked for about an hour on the phone, and I said, sign me up, I'm going to do this. And you know what? I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but Ray had an awesome career, and I'm going to give him a few minutes to talk here too, believe it or not. But he had an awesome career, and he provided very well for our family. What I brought into the household was our extras. So we had been doing without a lot of those extras. So we were on a pretty tight budget. We went from a 2-income family down to basically a 1-income family. So I like to say that I made executive decision in our household that day, and I said, I'm doing this. And there was no way that he was going to talk me out of it. So I did. I invested that $99. And you know what? It changed everything. It changed everything for our family. It changed everything for Ray, for myself, for our kids. Like Larry said, he just married one of them, and she's a presidential lineman with our company today. So as far as like moving through the rest of our story, you know, we all have a story. Every one of you has a story. Whether you feel like you tapped in or you've begun that story yet is neither here nor there. It's going to happen in your time, and I want each of you to know that you will be sitting in a room just like this and sharing your story. And give yourself a couple years, okay? But I got excited about the product that we had. You know, that wrap is a one-of-a-kind product. There's nothing else in the world like it. And I got excited. I jumped on my social media and I told everybody I knew about that wrap. I would put up before and after pictures. I was very expressive in the words that I put on my posts, like to the point where people go, what is she so excited about, right? You know what I'm talking about? Even if you're shy, and my nature is to be quiet and shy and by myself. But when I was excited about having my hands on that wrap and what it could do, I made that very evident. So I really encourage you guys to do that in your own businesses, is to be very expressive so that you can turn some heads and grab some attention there. What can I say? It works. The product works. When this company created that product 15 years ago, what were they going to name the company? Well, every time they put the wrap on somebody, they said, oh my gosh, it works. It works. So what a perfect name for our company. And that honestly gives me the confidence that every time I talk to somebody, there's not a single person walking this earth that can tell me that that wrap doesn't work. The more people that you wrap, the greater the exposure is that you're going to have to customers and distributors in your organization. So you have to be the person to initiate it. I think, gosh, what's the rest of our story? I mean, it's literally, it started, we went to work, I went to work. Yeah, tell your part. I worked.
She did, she worked a lot. That first 3 months, after 2 months, let's start there. After 2 months, she was just all excited, up at 7 and to bed at 3, in the morning, and going. We're from Seattle, as you mentioned. I shout out to the Cougs. I see you right in the middle of the room. All the people that knew and trusted us the most of the people that knew and trusted us, and in this case her, because I was just doing my thing, blinders on, working. We're all our friends from the Northwest. Okay, so they're on West Coast time. So she'd really get into it about 9 o'clock at night, and it'd be 2 or 3 in the morning. And after about 2 months, I said, she's still all excited, hadn't showered in a month and a half. and I asked her, I said, do you know if you're making any money? She said, I don't know, but this is just too cool because everybody's so excited about it. So that's really how that that excitement piece she's talking about. She put it out there because she was feeling it. And people were going, what is this? What is this? And they jumped on board, came on board, and they were all excited. And next thing you know, everybody's running crazy. And that excitement is, you hear the phrase lightning in a bottle, catching lightning in a bottle. In this business is being able to portray that excitement out there, because it truly is an exciting opportunity for everybody. That is product. So that's what she did for a number of months, and I skipped on the word month. And then maybe the 4th month, the check came in, and it might have been high 4 digits, and I went, oh, well, this is kind of cool. Yeah, all right. And then maybe that 5th month, it was low 5 digits, and I said, well, how's our business doing? How's this going? So, so I guess, our story is still in the midst of unraveling as we speak, but, that first kind of, what is this business all about? What is this company all about? What are the people all about? It really started with that excitement, with an incredible product, and then what happened was we started to network within the company and meet people like we know in this room right now and people we will know in this room right now. The folks sitting here next to us to our left, Mars, we never know these guys if it wasn't for this company. And we realized that, or at least I realized that the biggest thing I've gained out of this, outside of being able to leave a career that I didn't necessarily hate,
but also it wasn't my career, right? It was just one I happened to be in, and have the freedom to travel and work with her and sit with you guys right now, is that never would have happened without this business opportunity and leadership at the time. So if I had anything to say, and I know I'm way out of what our story is, but if I had anything to say about it, is spend a minute, particularly if you spend a minute, get to know, do it via online, social media, however you want to do it. But just take my word for it. The people at the top of this company care about people in the company. And that is highly irregular in corporate America. It really is. You may have a boss that your buddies with that looks out for you, but in the grand scheme of things, his boss's 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 boss, they don't. You're just an employee somewhere in the grand scheme of things. So, anyways, I'm sorry.
No, that's great. But I just kept doing the same things over and over again, you guys. And I know that y'all had a wrap party here earlier. The steps to success is the secret to your career with this company. And whatever you do, I'm going to encourage you to not try to overcomplicate that and believe in your mind that there's something else, because there's not. I'm not a huge recruiter of distributors. I would love to be one day, but I do the steps to success every month. And that's what I did in my business. And it just continued to grow and multiply and grow and multiply. And when you teach the people that come into your business to do the same thing, that's what happened. So ultimately, when I joined It Works, we had $18,000 in credit card debt. And I know for the Mahars, that doesn't sound like a whole lot. You're going to hear a pretty impressive story from them. But where we were in our lives, we had kind of pared back on our debt. We had realized, oh, this probably isn't a real good idea. So we had that one card, but it was maxed out at that $18,000. So we obviously were able to pay that off. We paid cash for cars, and not just cars for ourselves. We've been able to help others get cars that couldn't get a vehicle. We've been able to contribute to our communities and help, when our heart is pulled out when we hear a story. And you guys know what I'm talking about. We hear these stories, tragic stories all the time, and we say, I wish I could do something. Well, this opportunity has given us the ability to do something. So we have the ability now to be able to give back far more than we ever dreamt that we could. And I think probably the last thing is, it's turned us into dreamers. I mean, we've always been dreamers. I mean, I'll tell this. Well, I won't even tell that. I won't even tell you what we used to dream about. We'll be there, Ben. We'll be there. But we've always been dreamers. But we came into this business, and it was little things like, for me, growing up, I grew up in a broken family and was raised by a single mom. And so we had some hardships about the time I was 16 years old. And so I moved out of my mom's house. She kicked me out. So I had no place to go. And so, until I was 20 years old, I didn't have a bed of my own, literally. So I would sleep on the floor. Emotional. But one of the first things that we did as my income growth this company was to go out and buy the biggest, most beautiful bedroom set for us. So it's little things like that out of your past that an opportunity like this can provide for you if you stay focused and you're diligent and you don't give up. I think that's all I can do right now. I don't know all worked out, so I apologize.
Oh, we're up.
You're up now.
Okay. Why don't you start there?
We're doing Danielle Mahar. Just recently moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, about a year ago. She was from Minnesota. I grew up in Washington State as well. Crazy story. We come to find out through this business that their first house, I believe it was your first house, was 4 houses down from my dad's. We never knew that. We were eating breakfast like last year one day. That was kind of funny, but
I remember throwing rocks at him when you run up.
That's what's wrong with him.
But I guess a little bit about our background is Danielle was a labor and delivery nurse. That was her career. She loved it. So she went to school for it. I grew up playing hockey, and that's how I ended up in Fargo, North Dakota. Met each other, and I wasn't gonna go to school. I was gonna go play pro hockey. Well, lo and behold, I'm not that great. So I figured, I might as well start studying a little bit. She's already 2 years into her school, and So yeah, I tried that out, and that wasn't my cup of tea either. And I didn't really know what I was going to do. And all of a sudden, I'm 20 years old, and I'm going to be a dad. And so I had to figure something out, you know. So I'm working at Verizon selling phones. How much fun that was. It was kind of an easy job, but you can make really great money doing it. And I just dropped out of school, and all of a sudden, one of my buddies introduced me to this industry. And that's what kind of drew my ears up. I'm like, well, maybe I could take a look at that, because as a father, you need, you know, you're trying to do whatever you can to provide for your family. It doesn't matter if it takes you all day long. There was no way we could get 2 jobs, or I can get a second job with our schedules. So I was drawn to the industry right away and tried a few businesses before. This is 10 years ago now, I think, about 10 years ago. So I was game on for this industry ever since. I just didn't quite find the right fit. And I believe that I learned a lot through that process. And maybe that was the plan all along, to come across It Works. But she was on board with the first company, and then was like, that's your thing. You know, so, and then you can probably pick up from there.
That's all. I don't know if spouses are on board, not on board. I was just a hater. Like, I did not want anything to do with this industry. It took a lot from our time and attention. Honestly, for our first promotion in that first company, like, I don't know how much money we paid into it, but we for sure bonus spot. It didn't feel good. And here we are. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But so I was kind of turned off by it. And he's a visionary. He's a dreamer. And he wanted, you know, the Lamborghinis and Ferraris and the lifestyle. And I just wanted no debt. I wanted to be worth 0. So how many in this room want to be worth $0? Like, that's all I wanted. And so I was in my career working full time. I worked nights and on the weekends, so I missed every single family moment possible. And so then I worked my Friday through Sunday till Monday morning, 7 a.m. I get off the clock, come home, and now try to be a mom. So we have 4 kiddos at home. And how many of you guys have children, or small children? So a big reason to fight, but I was giving, you know, I love my career, and I wish I was good at it. I was a good nurse. But I came home, and I wasn't a very good mom. And that was really hard, because I poured my heart and soul into these patients and those babies, that when I came home on my own, I had nothing left to give. So something had to change. But on top of it, we didn't start this company and say, okay, we're done with our jobs, we're going all in. We had a lot of debt. National amount of nursing loan debt. And we got married really young, had babies really young. And at the time I said I do, my parents said, good luck, cut me off. And that was the first time in my life.
They were happy for us, though.
Yes, they were happy.
It's better off, like, we're not paying your phone bill, we're not paying your car insurance.
Yeah. They were happy. They were happy for that reason.
You're like, where you go? Where you go?
So it was a lot of life at a young age, and we had a lot of learning to do, because we were clueless about how this world works. And so when It Works came along, I was, again, working as a nurse, paying our minimum. We couldn't pay any more than that. And I saw before and afters on Facebook from Kelly Kaufman. I'm sure a lot of you know that. Know her. And I thought it was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And that is hands down my first reaction. So the nurse side of me, with an education and a background, and I was just almost too good for this opportunity, much less to use products. But the woman in me, with 3 young children and stretch marks, and you know, I put my body through heck, and now we have 4. I was curious. So it's probably 2 months, and I said, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna look away. And she was building really fast, and I kind of saw a glimpse of Rhonda, and I'm like, people are actually making money. We're in the business we were prior to. It was the same people talking every event, every call. Like, there was no new life coming in. So I saw this, and I just said, do you have something for stretch marks? I said, don't tell me about the wrap. I don't want to hear it, because I think it's bogus. I wasn't like, it hurts. Like, that wasn't me. And I said, do not talk to me about the business, because I was not interested. You know, and I kind of put that out there. And then she sold me on the stretch mark cream. I don't know, she must have been a heck of a saleswoman, because I did buy a box of wraps. And it took 1 wrap. I said it was love at first wrap, because I put it on. Everything that I thought it wouldn't do, I don't know if that's making sense, but it did. You know, the tighter tone tummy, stretch marks were diminished. And I was feeling, good. It's feeling good. And I thought, so I started talking about it and just sharing it. I was still not interested in the business part, but I talked to my girlfriends, I talked to my coworkers, just saying, I cannot believe it. It actually worked. And just by talking to you guys, if you don't know where to start, just open your mouth and start talking about. I cannot, like Rhonda said, with excitement. I didn't even know I was excited at the time, but they wanted that product. So I love Kelly, but I'm not the smartest person, but I'm not also stupid either. So I decided I can either send all these people to Kelly and she can make some money off of my network, or I can pay the extra $40 and sign up as a distributor. And so the things that I did say to do, I said I wouldn't. Don't tell me about the business. Here I'm in the business. I told her I was not going to have a party. I love parties. I told her I was never going to quit my job. I've been rewired for over 2 years now. I've not clocked in and not had a boss for 2 years. We're home full time with our families. That amount in debt, I think it was a little over $150,000 in debt minus our mortgage. So that's just student loans, credit cards, medical bills, cars. We are, well, I keep on saying I'm 30. I'm 32 and 30. We have no debt with 4 young children. We got to move to Arizona and live in what we consider paradise and what our dream is. On Monday, I didn't share this and we're streaming live, but I'm starting to build a dream home. And that's, but around the dream.
It's the fan.
Yeah. So you talk about life changing and all those stories and all those, it seems super cool that we get to share with you. And I just hope that you envision yourself in these shoes, if not higher. I mean, there's people coming in this business and killing it, doing things that neither of us have done. We've done amazing things, but they get to show us a different way or a new way or give us new ideas. And we're always evolving and changing, but what doesn't change is our love for this company, our belief in the product, our love for our people. So I just always think if I want to change my life, I'm going to build a business. If I want to give myself life, I'm going to help change someone else's life. So either life-changing or life-giving. Right now it's life-giving. I want to find that newest person who maybe doesn't have belief in themselves or doesn't think they can do this or can't see past the mountain of debt, or we have mentalities in this life. So whether it's a mentality of poverty or just low self-esteem or whatever that may be, let's just break chains of whatever they grew up in, a changed circumstances. So I think that's kind of where we're at in this life. And the great thing is that the better they do, we are blessed because of that. So.
Yeah, I think Rhonda touched on steps to success in a big way. And I think, you can hear our stories up here and be like, gosh, it'd be awesome to do that. And all we did is, we had a dream and we had the hope and the belief that we can achieve something great. Did I think it would be where we are now? No. But what I strongly suggest is just put that goal out there, because if you don't have the goal, the steps I can never say. The steps to success is the roadmap to that goal. So that's all you have to follow. That's all we follow, even today. So if you don't have a goal, then you don't know where you're going. So achieve that goal, make a new one. Achieve that goal, and that's what we all have all done up here. So
I think the 4 of us, Black Diamond's happening. Absolutely. That's our mindset. Black Diamond is happening in our lives. And I want that to be your mindset too. It's just, I don't know when, I just know it's going to happen. So. Absolutely.
wow.
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 Like, there's some Black Diamond. Who does not know?
Yeah, we have a lot.
What's a Black Diamond?
Okay, so a Black Diamond is someone who is recognized with that title after, for 6 consecutive months in a row, they've earned over $100,000 in commissions for each of those months.
We got 4 in the company right now.
Yes, we do.
2 in just the last 3 months. 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
And before we just got back from a little trip as well. Just a little bit about that.
So we just got back from Dash, and if I'm correct, we've been, both of us, or all 4 of us have been to the last 4 years in a row. So they change qualifications each year, but this last year was for the top 75 income earners of the company. And so super blessed to be a part of that, but I think the whole thing is we were definitely pampered. We flew in there, and then they took care of all expenses to that point forward. So a lot of fun. If I sound kind of Manly. And I had a lot of fun last week, and it was a good time. But we got to see, you get to see a part of the company. And I know the big events, so you guys get ready. We have an announced conference, but have that in the back of your heads. But corporate events, they do something to you, and they change your heart a little bit and your mindset. And for me, it was just a recommitment to myself and my business. And you leave there feeling so empowered and unstoppable. So that's what we got, just the heart of, Mark, Cindy, Cam, and Mike. Those are, the corporate leaders. And they just loved on us. And in return, I don't know, it was emotional. And I don't know, I'm just scrambling now.
I'll let you guys touch on the product stuff if you want, but I think what's awesome about this particular dash is top 75 income earners, and 30 people have never been there before.
Wow.
So that's a whole new group, there's a whole new game for anybody can achieve. I think some people probably have been in a year and they got there.
And some have been in 5 years and finally got there. So, to your point, I mean, it's crazy because in the last 4 years, and you are correct, we have been the last 4 altogether, it's winnowed down. As the company's gotten bigger, they've kind of chiseled down to keep it more intimate for this particular event. And so last year, I think it was 100 in the top 100. This year it was 75. And in that 75, literally 30 new. Ranks were irrelevant because it was about income earning. There were presidentials there as well as ambassadors. But 30 new folks who, again, many who, at least half of them have been there for a year, 18 months, and then a handful that have been there for 5 years. So, there's a phrase you'll hear forever as long as you're in this company, as long as Debbie Sassik's still around, which is your journey is your journey. That's her phrase. And so what we found is a lot of people in that room were, we've all been victim of it at some point where you spend a lot of time looking to the left and looking to the right, because that person just did that in 8 months. I can't even believe that happened. How did you do that? How did you do that? That's nothing but noise. And that's noise because at the end of the day, what are we trying to accomplish? We're trying to accomplish whatever it is we're trying to accomplish, whatever it goals and dreams. Right? So whether that takes 2 years or 8 years, your journey is your journey, not to be discouraged because some 20-year-old girl who's literally a college student was in less than a year rocketed to top 75 income. She was at 20 years old. Great.
Yep. I was able to have lunch with her one day. It was just really cool. She just turned 20. Yeah, and she's one of the top 75 earners. So I think a lot of, whether you're talking about Dash, you're talking about your next promotion, if that's executive, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and right on at the chart, what you think about, you bring about. So if you believe that you can, you can. And if you believe that you can't, or it's going to be hard, you're right every single time. So doing a checkup from the neck up, what goes on between your ears is your biggest obstacle in your business. We have the programs in place for our customers and for our distributors. We have the product. There's, especially now that we've added WOW, and we can hit on that in another minute, but we have 2 products right now that is out there. One performs in 45 minutes and one performs in 45 seconds. It's kind of like you got to give yourself a slap on the head. This is a no-brainer opportunity. All you have to do is put yourself out there and connect with people. Make more friends. And as you make friends, you talk about these top 5 or top 75 earners in the company this last weekend. They all started just like you. They all started with that little brown kit. Probably wasn't as cute as what you have now, right? But we all start with the same thing, and it's what you decide that you're going to do with it. The other part of that is that it's never too late. Doesn't matter where you are in your life or in your business with it works. You flip that switch, and it's game on. Do you know that one of our top earners in the company, Cammie Dempsey, she did not sign her first distributor for 6 months. 6 months, and she signed up 3 times. So the 3rd time, she waited 6 months before she signed her first customer. So, when you think about these things, you think about that next goal, I believe John Eric is a fantastic person. If you're not following him, that's an absolute must. Follow him because he's very inspirational. He's a very thoughtful individual, and he's really showing us how we can all become better. And I believe that's what this journey is about. I know you guys agree with that too. We also have start at one place. None of us are perfect. We're all human beings, but we can all have areas where we can improve. I have my weaknesses, don't you dare name them. I have a billion weaknesses, but I can strive to become better in those areas. And when you get out there and you make more friends, that's really where the connections are at. You make more friends, that gives you more opportunities to bring people in as customers or distributors into your organization. And it only takes 5, you guys. It takes 5 people who have a vision, like you do, to make a couple $100 extra per month, to make $1,000 a month, to make $2,000 a month. And those 5 individuals will take you to Diamond, which is a couple grand every month. That's a great commission to earn for a very part-time, spare-time job like this. But that will also take you all the way to Black Diamond. Okay, 5 people. So think about who you can meet in your future. If they're not already a part of your business with that mindset, go out and make some more friends, right? So what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about wow?
Just one second.
Oh, yeah.
Ray mentioned just a minute ago the company, how good the company is. And it's like to the inside, knowing people, how the leadership is pulling for us. Yeah. And I think that It Works Crew is a great example of how this company works, that you've been at 4 years, 14 years, or 4 days, you have an opportunity even one to make a lot of money, okay, or earn a cruise or a trip or something like that. We have several in here. We have a young lady never been in the industry in here that's 5 months, didn't know anything about anything. She's double diving now just because she listened. ABC, you say do ABC. So my question to you guys is, and you kind of hit on this, let's get the link here. What do you see in your teams? Why do people succeed? And why do people fail? Okay? Why do people succeed? I know it's broad, but just a few highlights and what you see.
Sure. I mean, one thing I've collected through the industry is just being plugged in. I'm probably still. Yeah, being plugged in. Yeah, exactly. Being plugged in and self-development's been a big piece. You know, reason people succeed is because they develop themselves as a person, as a spouse, as a friend, as a leader. You know, just because we might be ambassadors doesn't mean you're not a leader. You know, you start your own business, you're a leader of that business. Enhance or, you know, take charge of that and develop that. Another thing that people succeed, I believe if you want to have massive results, you need to have massive belief and you have to take massive action and you'll get massive results. And that can go the same if you want just a little bit of results, you can have a little bit of belief, a little bit of action. Now, how do you get that belief? It is through events like this. It's through plugging in the calls, like I said, staying dialed in, going to trainings that you can go to. Like we're super excited to go to It Works You. We hosted an It Works You in Arizona. Probably going to say the same stuff, but we're going to leave there inspired, motivated. We'll probably take some new little nuggets of information. So that's what I'd say help people succeed. That causes people to fail or not have success, I think is the opposite of that, obviously. You start believing your broke uncle that's sitting in a bar every night that these things don't work, and those thoughts get in your head, and then you don't believe in yourself.
Or Danielle Mahar.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother battle.
One.
Yeah.
Public apology. I'm so sorry. You were right.
We're good now.
Yeah.
My name's on that bank account too.
I get a bigger check, but we won't go there.
But I think, just the opposite of that is why some people fail is it's new to them that people don't like to be pushed outside their comfort zone. It was easy for me to go to clock in and clock out at work every day. I knew how to sell a cell phone. I could take a smartphone and do whatever to it, and all of a sudden it's a totally different phone. And there's this, teaching people that don't know how to use a cell phone or, a smartphone, because that was whatever, 5 years ago, and things were changing very quickly. But I was comfortable in that setting because I'd learned how to do that. It's the same thing with this business. You're going to be uncomfortable at first. You're not going to know every answer, but you have your upline. You have a great corporate team. You have other leaders. Facebook group pages that there's a lot of dialogue that go in there privately with distributors. learning from each other, sooner or later you're gonna feel more comfortable with what it takes to build this business with the wrap parties and going to the party pack and whatnot. There's still gonna be some times where you're gonna push yourself outside your comfort zone. Even going to DAPS, there's 32 people there, and I'm not one to just like go up and like start talking to somebody. So I have to work on that, you know, continuously, pushing myself out and getting to know new people. Same with blitzing. You know, just there's a switch. We were talking about a switch. And there's a switch, I believe, in my head. Oh, crazy, maybe no, but there's a switch where I'm like, you know what? If I give this information to somebody, they're not saying no to me. They're just saying no to something for themselves. I can't take it personally, and sometimes I would. So that's something I'm always working on, just, you know, staying on top of that to keep me from failing with blitzing. So.
I think there's a big difference, and if you're brand new, I don't expect you to like, oh yeah, like totally get this. But I think when we all join, we are part of It Works Global. And when you start to become a student of the business and a student of the leaders, It Works Global just automatically starts to become a part of you. So I just think we're talking about this in the car. It's just you start becoming the best version of yourself. I'm a better person than I was before this company. I'm a better mom. I'm a better leader. I'm a better just person because of It Works Global. It's because it starts with people like Mark and Cindy, who first and foremost give all the credit to God, which I think is huge and was a huge just filled my heart. Then you go to people like Ray and Rhonda Hartman and I. So we would probably all be sidelines to each other. And honest to goodness, in 3.5 years, a little over 3.5 years, I cannot say a bad word about these two people. And this is who I got to learn from, and this is who you guys get to learn from. So I've never heard Rhonda say a bad word about anyone else. Have never said a bad word about the company. If there's frustrations, I don't hear about it. I don't hear about it.
I said just him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she doesn't even tell me that's wrong. but that's why I got to call. So just know that success leaves clues. And if you're following someone that you're questioning, maybe that's not the right person to follow. But if you're following, so I want to be a black diamond. So guess who I'm going to follow? The 4 black diamonds in this company. And I'm going to know what they did, which we all know the answer to that. But if you're brand new and you want to be a Ruby, go ask Ruby what they did to get there. Mm-hmm. Executive, just find out what it takes to get there and then continue to build upon that. And you guys, it starts with Mark and Cindy and Pam, and then it trickles down. So as ambassadors of the company, they made a big deal of that we're ambassadors for this company. So we are to go out and share the It Works way with people. And that's because it works, like we're sold. We're not going anywhere in this company. And you have to decide that for yourself. And I just think, yeah, if you want to go up, you look up and you follow what other people have done. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Pitfalls.
Oh, negatives, pitfalls. I think overthinking is a big thing. Listening to people that don't know what they're talking about. I remember when I first started and I got my first customer came back and said I didn't see results, my heart was like in my toes. Like, I can't do this, I can't handle it, and then you learn the lingo of what you're, not even what you're not supposed to know what you're doing. And those are going to happen. I've had a lot of nasty things said about me. I've been unfriended by a lot of people. And I just think too, and that was like week 1 of my business. And I just think if I would have fallen victim to those things, which a lot of people do, because they either they can't handle it or they can't see the bigger picture, how different our life would have been. So right now, do people say some stuff about me? I don't know. I don't care. And if they do, I guess, not to put jokes on them, that sounds really terrible to say, but it didn't, right, and it didn't stop me. So I think that would be a pitfall. Just, yeah, get out of your own head.
Yeah, my answer is the same for both, Larry, which is, the good news is, everybody in this room who is a distributor is an independent distributor. That's the good news. That means you get to set your schedule. You get to put as much effort or as little effort into it as you want to. You get to reap the benefits. You get to meet all the friends. You get all the good things that go along with it. The bad news is everybody in this room is an independent distributor, which means It's your responsibility. And I've seen a lot of times, a lot of people come in, they're fired up. Example, they're positive, their best friend and their sister are going to love this product, and they're going to come on board. They talked about it, last week, and now she's in, and now she's trying to get them queued up. And that's a pyramid scheme. I don't want anything to do with that. You're crazy. Okay, so all that talk starts coming, right? They start hearing that talk, all right? Well, if I worked for Larry, I'd go to Larry and say, Larry, I don't want to talk to these people anymore. Can I do something different today? Okay. And still, by the way, keep cutting me that check, all right? Well, that's not the case, because you are all independent distributors. You're going to get the noise you just talked about. You're going to hear the noise. Somebody's going to have not a nice thing to say about network marketing. It always happens. It's a terrible stigma out there that isn't true. It is true for companies that it is true for. Let me say that. Certainly not true for this outfit. As a matter of fact, I'm a sideline interject real quick. 1.5 million new customers were brought into Inworks in 2015.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
Okay? And when people start that talk about network marketing and pyramids and all that thing, here's the number one thing you need to know about what a pyramid scheme, what a Ponzi scheme, all that stuff is. I'll tell you what the difference between that and a true network marketing business is. Customers, actual products being purchased by people who are not distributors. Okay, that is the number one separating, defining line between the FTC and the state's attorney generals is if every distributor is your only customers, you got a problem. Okay, all right. Well, that's not the case with Inworks because we do have a bevy of fantastic products. Okay, anyway, so sorry. So you got all this. So you got all this negative talk coming in. All right. So the best thing in the world is you're an independent distributor and you can succeed as easily as you want to, and put as much effort into it as you want to, and benefit as much as you want to. However, that's also a negative because when things do kind of pop up, you have to at some point go into the bedroom or in the bathroom and look in the mirror and go, yeah, this is on me, right? And more often than not, so many times I have heard people say, well, I'm just not getting any support from my upline. The girl who sponsored me, I can't get her on the phone, And while that's a downer, if that's true, keep on reaching up until you find what you need. And then don't ever forget that it is not somebody else's responsibility for you to succeed. Okay? So that is the number one thing. I've seen so many people come in who don't have a kind of small business, I want to be a business owner mentality. They see it as, oh, this is great. I'm going to call 5 girlfriends. I'm going to make $1,000. No, you're not. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. So the people that are business minded, right? Drew is a prime example. He saw network marketing 10 years ago and said, aha, I think I can find some freedom and some independence and some financial clarity by network marketing. Those are the guys you're looking for. Those are the people that are going to succeed. Why? Because they see it, they want it, they're going to go get it, and they're not going to blame Danielle when they don't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Although maybe So anyway, so I think that's the positive and the negative, and it's really all about what you use in personal development, you want, what's your drive, where you do. That makes sense.
That's pretty much covered it. No, let me see what I can come up with. I think I see a lot of people that succeed in their business because they are coachable. Okay, so when they come in, they're eager to learn, and they say, and when they say, so what do I do? And when they're explained what to do, they go do it. And if they have a question, they say, I'm not sure I understand that. Instead of the flip side, the people that are not going to succeed, who will quietly sit and pout because they don't know what to do. And that breaks my heart because every single person in this room and beyond who's a part of this company is holding a golden egg in the palm of your hand. And our minds are very powerful. Again, what we think about, we bring about. So I think being coachable is very, very important. When you go to any job, anything outside of network marketing, the first day on the job, what do? You're usually being shown what to do, right? You're not going to continue to come back to that job if you don't perform what is required for the job. So as leaders, our job is simply to coach and to guide you. So you have to implement that. So when people are coachable, yes, they're going to succeed. For some people who won't succeed in this business, you know how many people I know that don't even open their kit? Or it sits there in a box, or they wait for that kit before they're going to take steps to start reaching out through social media and contacting their friends and family and saying what they're excited about. In the long haul, some people don't want to help other people. And I think it's a benefit to those who have a place in their heart where they really do want to see somebody else succeed. You don't have to necessarily have that, but I'll tell you one of the things that I see consistently where people will not experience the success they could in this company is when they come in and the first words out of their mouth are, I can sell ice to an Eskimo. Because you know what? We're not salespeople, you guys. We have a product that we represent, but I look at this from a perspective that we're sharing and not trying to sell. And when people come in and they try to sell a product, likely it's not going to go real well. And if it does for a while, it's probably not going to continue to create that legacy that we're looking for.
Well, there's a difference between selling a product, which we brought in 1.5 million customers so far this year. The company has. Somebody's selling products, somebody's sharing products. The difference is if you want to achieve great success in this company, then you need to actually share and you need to team build. And I mean that in every sense of the phrase, team build. Okay? This is not I'm going to get 17 distributors in and I'm going to sign them up and look at all this BB I got rolling in and I'm going to make all this money. Okay, that's not, that'll work for the length of time those 17 people are in for a minute, but that's all it's going to be is for a minute. Okay? So, Chris Moore, who was another longtime ambassador, and he said something at a conference a couple of years ago and stuck with me that for the people that truly succeed in what that works are honestly are hope brokers. Okay, so when you look at building a team means bringing in people who want to accomplish something. Okay, and if you can facilitate, coach, aid them achieving their goals, then it makes you generally a better person, than you were maybe before you did that. But also organically, the nature of network marketing is you benefit as well. And we just heard this past week at Dash, in order to receive blessing, you have to be a blessing, right? And that's really the truly successful people in this industry and in this company in particular are people who actually go with a mind to share, not to sell.
So to piggyback that just a little bit, it's just who wants the above average paycheck? All your hands should be in the air. Yeah. How to get that above average paycheck is to build your own business. Mm-hmm. You might see that we're all building and we're all growing and we all have goals too that we want to push to what the next rank is. And we do have the awesome opportunity to place within our downline. If you're a guest, I apologize, this might be above your head, but it's not a right. So I say that with love. And so the people that I think struggle are waiting for that person to save them. I go, the person that's going to save you is the person that looks back at you in the mirror. And so when we talk about, walking with the walkers, running with the runners, sprint with the sprinters, that's what we're looking for as leaders, and even in you. And if you want to be that sprinter, that's 100% up to you in that given moment. And you have the ability to make a limitless income by building your own business and doing that. Absolutely.
I think Drew said earlier about switch changing. And it reminded me, in this business, when we first started, I come out of traditional business background, bachelor's in business. So, 1 + 1 = 2. So this is a little out there when we first got started. So my wife, most of these people know this, started this business. I patted her on the back. We've been married 25 years this year, and we were like, yay, that sounds awesome. But my mind, the traditional business guy, and you got the corporate background in you, it's cutthroat. No matter what they're saying at the work, they're out to get you. And what I've learned in this business is it is a team sport. It truly is. And when you have the heart for other people on your team to be a Ruby, if I can build 3 rubies, I'm directly going to do it if I don't get to their goals. So, to the single mom making an extra $600 in the long run, I'm going to be taking care of it. Danielle said, to be wise, do you give someone a fish or do you teach them to fish? You always have to be wise there. But this is a unique business that if my team does good by default, we're going to do it. So that's incredible. One question. I go on Facebook, I go on Instagram. everybody does it. Everybody's doing this business real quick. Everybody's doing it.
That's because all your Facebook friends are distributors. Right? I mean, for the most part, when you come into this business, we all friend each other because we're simply friendly bunch. We love our sidelines, uplines, downlines, so we all get connected. So when you go out onto your newsfeed and you see post after post after post, it's about it works. Again, what goes on between your ears? Are you thinking, this is awesome, I love that post that so-and-so put out? Or are you thinking, oh my gosh, all I ever see is it works out there. The market, it has to be saturated. That's your minuscule little Facebook world. No matter how many friends you have, that's your tiny little Facebook
Nobody
world.
has more than 5,000, and there's what, over 500 million Facebook? Right.
Yes. So I think a lot of it is mindset. This marketplace, you guys, anywhere in the US of A and beyond is not saturated. I would tell you if I knew that It Works had said, wow, Georgia is amazing. What are you guys doing out there? They don't even notice us yet. Okay? There is nothing going on here. And the fact that we are the only ambassador couple in this state is surreal to me. I mean, Metro Atlanta alone, to this group, has 6 million people in it. You guys, this group can't handle that. You know, we need to create more and more franchises in our business. So mindset is everything. If you are a believer like I am, like Danielle and Drew and Ray are, Larry and Pamela, all of your leaders, we know this. You've got to know this too, because your mind can get you in trouble, and that's going to hold you back.
3 of the 4 Black Diamonds live literally within 20 miles of each other in a town not much bigger than Loganville, Georgia, in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yep.
Those 3 people who achieve Black Diamond, $100,000 in income, personal income, 6 consecutive months. There's 3 out of the 4. They all literally live within 20 miles of one another.
Yeah, I could just about guarantee that someone who might say that has not been door to door in their own neighborhood, so that every person in that neighborhood probably doesn't know that they're an It Works distributor. That person's probably not hitting the post office, the grocery store, getting gas, going shopping, buying gifts, doing all those things, and generously handing out blitz cards and making new friends.
I'd say social media is just a tool to use as well. It's not going to make or break your business. Some people have great success on it. Some people don't have any at all. You can get creative with it. So, for example, if we're going on a trip somewhere and I check into a location, say we went to the Phoenix Zoo, there's hashtags. I can search Phoenix Zoo and start kind of looking for people that have similar interests, as well as a location. I can click that location or search one, look at the posts that have gone on in that area, and maybe make some new friends that way. So you can, I wasn't friends with them before on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, but now we're friends. Same with Twitter. The other thing is sometimes I play a game by myself. It's not funny. I play a game by myself when people say that, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to use that when I go out and blitz. So I'll go out and say, hey, have you heard this crazy rap thing? I'm taking a survey for my team. Oh, no, I've never heard of this. Well, they have a blitz card now, and there's 1 out of 10, haven't heard of it. Go somewhere else, do it again. Oh, they heard of it, maybe on Facebook.
I love that.
Yeah. And then you're blitzing, but you're also using that as a way to break the ice as you're taking a survey. And there's all kinds of things. One of my other favorite things is it's Customer Appreciation Day for our company. Here's a coupon. Every day is Customer Appreciation Day, so it makes it easier. But don't just sit with Facebook or whatever. Don't sit behind the computer. Get out and make some new friends.
Or I should preface that if it's working for you that way,
Yeah.
do you. Great. There's some people that have built their business 100% on Facebook or social media. I'm not that person, so I wouldn't be like, come follow me on Instagram and probably have 100 posts. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm okay with that. But I will wear my It Works gear. So we were getting plans for this house, and the lady that was sitting across the desk from, she goes, why are you two matching? What's going on there? And so that was an opportunity to represent my business. And I signed this gal who said, I have a party of 50 to 60 people based off of my It Works shirt. We didn't go in there to do business or to blitz. We were there for art. We had a purpose to being there, not necessarily to build our business, but it just naturally or organically happens when you put yourself out there, start branding yourself, but also take it seriously. When, you know, I'm out branding myself and I have these clothes on, I'm representing this company and I'm representing my family, and I don't take that lightly. If I want to be the wild, crazy one, which we all know I can be, it's not necessarily going to be in this attire, you know, because I want to protect it. So be mindful of that too.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about WOW for just a second?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So a crazy thing happened on Saturday.
Yes, a crazy thing happened. I had no idea. None of us did. And we were present, and they introduced this new product, and we all got to try it that were there. And I know you're starting to see these pictures coming out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And the results are just phenomenal. Like, I am dying for my pre-order to get to my guess what happened, right? I mean, I can't look in the mirror. I'm like, oh, where's my wow? But this is an amazing tool. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, we have a wrap that performs in as little as 45 minutes. Now we have another product that you can put on, and you can put it on any place on the face that you have wrinkles. Okay, so it can be, right, parentheses. I introduced him to that idea. That's something that sometimes when you age, you start seeing some different things on your face. You can use it around the eyes. You can use it across the forehead, literally any place that you want to. And within the first 45 seconds, you literally, right, you guys, you can literally feel it working. It's like, oh, what's going on? It's getting kind of cool. And then the next 45 minutes, literally, you're just sitting there going, 45 seconds, saying, wow. Wow. And think about that word for just a second. I mean, how often do we say that? A lot, right? So, I mean, every time we see something that's great, wow. Even when it's not great, wow. It's an awesome word. It's such a great word. I think naming it was so brilliant. And of course, just like with the wrap, it works, is what everybody said. When everyone tries this product, we say, wow. So, how are we going to use it? First of all, I mean, I'm going to give you a couple of little tips that we learned at Dash, and that is that it comes one package, $46 as a loyal customer distributor. It comes in a box, and there are 30 packets inside. They're little packets. You will be blown away at how tiny of an amount of product that's in there. A little bit goes a super long way. So before we opened the packet, we activated it. So you kind of massage the little packet a little bit. Then you're going to tear it open, and then you're going to put it on the designated areas. And you want to start with a little bit. You can always add more. But the problem could be if you put too much on, and I actually did that day because I was a little bit excited. I noticed a little bit later that it was kind of a chalky, white, gritty film on my skin.
She looked like a reverse raccoon. She was like, I want your too.
Yeah. So a little bit goes a long way. So just, I know how many of you guys have yours on order? Your WOW pre-ordered? Awesome. I hope that the rest of you will invest in your business, and I want to tell you why. If you don't have the means to purchase that at $46 right now, I want to encourage you to light a fire under your own behind and go out and sell 2 wraps. Okay, this pre-sale goes on for 2 more days. You can get $50 and get that product so that you have it. So what are we going to do when we get it? Obviously, we're going to use it ourselves, but my mindset is so forward thinking. We are in the fall, coming up to the winter and the holidays. This is the time of year for events. Okay, so there's all kinds of fall festivals. There's going to be winter bazaars, holiday bazaars that we as It Works distributors can become a part of. Can you imagine? Just visualize this for a minute with me. You're at the booth. You have a group of women who stop by. You're handing out your Blitz cards, and you're saying, hey, we're offering samples today of our new Wipe Out Wrinkles product, and you can actually see results in 45 seconds. Do you want to try it? And open one packet, and guys, here's the secret. Only on one eye. Okay? We don't want to do both eyes. We want to do one eye so that they can see the significant change in that total 1 minute and 30-second time frame. Okay, so apply it and watch it work. Because then you're gonna have a mirror handy, and you're gonna hold that mirror up and have them take a look and watch this transformation. They're gonna want to do the other eye, aren't they? Absolutely. And you have the equipment right there on your cell phone to say, you know what, let's just go ahead and get you enrolled as a customer today. I can save you a ton of money on this product, and we can have it on your porch in a week, and you can get both eyes done. Okay, so it's all in the approach on how you do this. You know they're going to be begging you for another. That's right, right? That's right. This is what I mean, if this is something that you don't require on your face, there are people who would die to have this product, and you're the person that holds that key. So additionally, wrap parties. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I want wrap parties on my books after the first week of October, because I know that we're going to have an opportunity to do just that. And to me, a wrap party could be 1, 2, 3, 5, not 50, but 1, 2, 3, 5, maybe 10 people. That's great when we can get masses together. But even to be able to sample this product and see it actually work for them, there's your next customers and your next distributors. If it's a product that they are not particularly excited about, but you can show them how it works, we all have moms, right? We all have moms and aunts and teachers and coaches and other things in our life where there's going to be an appreciation for that. What else was I going to say about that?
The next thing they'll say is, what else do you have?
Yes, right? I mean, this is only one of the amazing products that we have. Now, I was just talking to a new distributor who's been on board for maybe 9 days on our way here today, and she had just gone and wrapped her very first customer. They wrapped her thighs, and she said, Rhonda, her pictures were amazing. She really wants this woman to be a part of her business. So we were discussing how to go about the next steps, but I encouraged her to reach out to that customer that had those great results. So forward thinking, wow, okay, you can do this with wraps too. But ask that person if they would be so kind as to post that before and after picture on their timeline and tag you and say, oh my gosh, in this case, Jennifer, I cannot believe the results I saw in 45 minutes. This is crazy. Now, you know as well as I do, there's going to be some people who will agree to that, and there's going to be some people that don't. I'll still ask permission to post it, even if they don't want to be tagged. But in this case, if she were to tag her, she would be exposing that photograph to all of her Facebook friends, as well as the distributors' Facebook friends, right? And that also, for us as distributors, is validation when somebody else tags us in a photo like that, right? So we can do that with WOW. I think we're going to see such incredible results with this product. Guys, there's all kinds of people out there right now. You're probably sitting here in this room right now who have a vision of what you'd like your holiday season to be, right? We all want to put gifts under the Christmas tree to celebrate Christmas. We want to include our family. We want to do those nice things. And Ray and I know, my goodness, we raised 3 children over the last 20, however many, a lot of years. And we always, we found ourselves year after year after year before it works. Come the holidays time, not only is it stressful, because you're already just making it from paycheck to paycheck, now you've got all these gifts that you want to buy. So what do? We use the credit card. And that's really not putting us in a place that is positive in our lives. It creates more stress. So know when you move forward, when you're talking to these people, when you're sharing WOW with them, when you're sharing the wraps or other products, that we have a solution. The holidays are coming. Just ask. If you don't ask, you cannot receive an answer. Just ask. I don't suppose you know somebody who might be looking to make some extra income before the Christmas season is here. You don't even have to direct it to that person, but just ask the question, because a lot of times the response you get might be, well, what about me? I could use some extra money. And this is your opportunity to open your party pad and review that and help you build a team, but also help that person have a greater holiday season next year.
Sorry, I'll just touch on this. I was talking to Mike Patillo at the pool, our chief sales officer, and he goes, you know what I love most about our new product, our WOW product? Because everybody's trying to figure out, what's this IDARE? Like, what does that have?
Yes.
What does that have to do with it? He goes, we actually decided to come up with that, create the hashtag, and now everybody's doing their IDARE challenge for 45 seconds, don't blink. People outside of ItWorks are doing this. And when they come back and look at the hashtag, now we have a product lined up.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's really cool and creative that our company's doing. And then just another announcement with Dash was energy is half the calories and half the sugar now. So that's really cool, and it's available in Canada. So that's pretty fun.
When is the new energy start?
I think it's now.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I believe. I mean, they might have
warehouse runs out.
yeah, until they run out. But
Because I know they quit selling the 24-pack for a little while.
Yeah.
I figured
Yeah,
that was
I figured
why.
that was mine.
Well,
So-
and if you guys didn't already hit on this, Larry, I know on November the 1st, we have a lot of things that are going to be happening. We have another new product that's going to be launched, yes. And the only hint that we know is it's something that everybody uses, which is a great thing, isn't it?
And it'll be available everywhere, correct?
yeah,
Yes,
all
it'll
our-
be in all countries. We're also going to have new holiday packages that will come out on November 1st. And if you've not been with It Works for very long, the holiday packages absolutely rock. What they do is they deeply discount, and I mean deeply discount groups of products, and that new product is going to be a part of some of these packages. Yeah. And then there were some other announcements also.
Hair, skin, and nails
in Australia.
And berry greens are available in the UK, or sorry, Europe, all the European markets on November 1st. And then down under, who already have greens, will get hair, skin, and nails on November 1st.
Yeah. So, I mean, and to expand on that, for those that might be new, you might be thinking, okay, I'm going to try this crazy wrap thing, and you're going to sign up and join this amazing team. And I just have to commend all the leaders in the room. You guys just stand up for a minute. If you're a diamond or above, we know we're all leaders, but I just want to applaud everybody in this room. You guys, this leadership is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Like, got sidetracked there, but what was I going to say? You always finish my sentences. What was I going to say? Shoot. Well, I don't remember, but I just want to congratulate all of you for being part of it.
I know what she was going to say. I know what she was going to say. She was going to say, if you're a brand new distributor, you're going to get in, you're going to do some marketing, you're going to do some networking, you're going to talk to some people, and strangely enough, you will find, whether you're trying to or not, if it's a month, it could be a year, you're going to run into somebody's cousin's, nephew's, girlfriend's brother who happens to be interested in this, who lives in Australia.
Yes.
Because he married an Australian gal coming to college here years ago. You know, okay, that will happen. You will have an international business. You will have somebody who lives in Canada. You will find somebody who lives in Great Britain. It will happen. So while it's kind of hard to fathom that when you're just getting going, you're like, oh my gosh, you really honestly can and will have a global business if you work at it. It's crazy.
And he was totally right. I mean, not all that stuff, but
Yes, that was right.
just that you are an owner of literally a global business, not just your neighborhood, not just the city you live in, but you have the ability to touch lives all over this world as a networks distributor, and that's pretty darn exciting.
Awesome.
I think one thing to take away from Dash, just hearing Mark speak, and we could listen to speak all day long. He's so full of knowledge, but he's got a 5-year plan. He's got a 10-year plan. He's got a 20-year plan. So if you're wondering if this is good, like, a bad or it's just going somewhere, as long as he's going and he puts in more hours than probably all of us combined, and if that's even possible. And so I think this is I have a career mindset with this company. And so the fact that he's got a plan, like they're probably 7 steps ahead of us, and we're still trying to figure out what just happened last weekend. And they're probably laughing at us, and we're all like, ah, and all up in arms, but they've got us. Like, be confident in that. And just like we keep talking about, don't look left, don't look right, just look straight forward and trust the plan that It Works Scope has paved the way. And I truly believe that their plan is straight in line with God's plan for this company. And that's where I put my faith in. That's why we keep going. And so the thought of being saturated, we're still 3.5 years, we're still signing loyal customers. We're still signing
3 today. And I'm like, what?
Good job.
I can eat tonight.
Yeah. So it's super exciting. So I'm like, I for one, I've never had that thought that this is oversaturated. And maybe that's the difference between and someone who's on shaky ground. So change your mindset. It's a quick little snap and switch and run, go. Yeah.
Real quick, we're going to take a couple quick questions, but short because it's late. I know you guys have traveled all day. But what I'm taking from the It Works, this is the It Works rule here, okay? And they're global. But no matter if you're making $5, $500, or $50,000 a month or better, steps of success is the answer, right? So you guys, where you're at, you're still doing the steps. So
There's no magic trick, right? There's no magic trick.
So
if you just stick to that.
So Drew, you then arrive, you sign 3 lawyers today. Yeah, you got to wait on the brother.
I do.
Wow.
And Danielle just talked about mindset. And the biggest thing is you're not trying it. There is no plan B. This is correct. Right. This is what I'm doing. That's what we teach our team. So if you try ice cream, there is no plan B.
Yes.
So that's what we want to do. So we're going to be very, very respectful, very, very quick. But if you have a question you'd like to ask, you have undivided attention. It's a blessing that we have these people at our team meeting. But if you have anything, just raise your hand and don't get your feelings hurt because I'm not going to keep them very, very long. If you've traveled across the country and you're 3 hours behind,
We're good. We're good.
Anybody have anything they would like to ask? Yes, ma'am.
Any advice that you have for, maybe, containing and maintaining that fire, the excitement so that, you're not crossing the border as far as being the salesperson versus the salesman of the product and how you, I guess, keep your fire so that you can continue to grow and move up?
I think, and it's one of the things that I failed to mention before when people struggle, is we have to be a product of these products. Mm-hmm. So we have to be using the products. We have to be wrapping ourselves. We have to be, even if we don't think we need it, wrap ourselves, have that experience, keep it all fresh and in front of us. Use the WOW product, use the skincare line, use the supplement line, get healthy, drop weight if that's a goal, gain weight if that's a goal. But utilize what we have, because I believe that grows our passion for the business. The other component Danielle had mentioned earlier, I think, or Drew did, was to make sure that you plug in at all times. Do you know, I could probably count on 2 hands in 4 years the number of show me the money calls that I have missed.
Probably one.
Probably 1 hand. Yeah, I mean, he knows because I'm always, dialing up. But that to me is a commitment that I've made to my business. I get fuel every time I listen to those calls. It's proved to me that there are more people out there that are on a mission to make a difference. Okay, so those people are out there, and I get fueled by that, and I think it's very important because oftentimes you hear tips, you hear that one little something that could flip that switch in your head, and imagine if you didn't get on that call. So
Use your tools.
yes, use your tools, absolutely.
It's inspiration because if you don't, you will drift away. And it's by default, you will. Just Drew and Daniel both get on that. The calls, that's why they did the DVR, so you can listen to the calls, right? So you can watch everything later in the day.
Yes.
So you don't have to stop and you speakerphone, throw it in the middle of the bed or in the kitchen and work, but listen to everything because I'm telling you, from week to week basis, I hear a lot of the same things, but there's always somebody that says something, and they can say something I've already heard, but somebody passionate, say it again, and just rings true. So that's huge.
And if you have a team, if you have one team member on your team, encourage that team member to make that same commitment with you. Mm-hmm. Get on the Sunday night call. That is a direct connect for every independent distributor in our company to our CEO. I mean, what company offers that? Not a single one that I know of. So make a commitment with each other to do that, and then follow up with each other. After the Show Me the Money call, which of those stories was your favorite? What did you learn tonight? What are you going to do differently tomorrow for this call? Because this is what I'm going to do. And connect with each other. Work with each other there. Also, I'll mention that you may already know this, but on this upcoming Monday night's Show Me the Money call, it will not be stories. It's going to be all about WOW. So everybody has to be on that call. And if I were y'all, I'm going to have a list of potential customers. I'm calling my loyal customers and inviting them on so that they can hear firsthand the information. What's that?
I think Dr. Don is on.
Yeah, Dr. Don is going to be on that call, so he's going to be talking all about that product. So take advantage of these tools that are given to us, right? I mean, they're put out there. These are carrots for us to grow and learn and build our business.
Okay. Next question. Anybody else? Talk to the Go ahead.
So regarding WOW, how long did the typically last? Oh, that's a great question. I got so excited about
How
that.
long will WOW results last was the question.
It lasts about 8 to 10 hours per application, which is awesome because that's really the work day for someone. You can certainly apply it more times than just once per day because what the benefits are is that although we see instant results with this product, it's actually long-term benefits. So we have fancy things like peptides. I'm not a scientist, but we have amazing ingredients in there that are actually going to penetrate into the layers of the skin so that we can see long-term benefits from that product too. So I know personally I'm going to be using it more than once a day.
Anybody else? Saw a couple hands. Don't be shy. It's your time.
Yes.
I don't really have a question. I started being a distributor for 6 weeks ago, and I currently have 15 customers.
Wow!
I think the products are amazing. I'm so excited about WOW coming out, and between someone here in Georgia, Texas, Florida, and Indiana, who I'm like texting with and sending pictures at before and after and sharing the money I made. My first 5 weeks, I banked $507, which is not my attention. I'm an ER nurse, and I have to work 2 overtime shifts to make money. So I would really like some advice on how to close people to become a distributor underneath me so I can continue to build my business. I really think this is amazing. My husband is self-employed, he's a welder, and I'm just so excited about this business and like any advice you can give. You've got to take that from the business.
Oh, congratulations, that's huge. I just, thinking about like loyal customers and distributors, I think the one thing I keep in my mind is it's never my choice, and I heard Ron talk about it's never my choice to say, you're loyal, you're a distributor, you're loyal, you're a distributor. Like, you give them the option, A or B. And I tell you, I was a loyal customer first. So some of your distributors might be those loyal customers that are getting their first orders since you're new, that are going to fall in love with the product. And just like myself, I just started sharing with other people. And so those, and a lot of my Rockstar distributors, they were loyal customers first. So don't, just because they start that way doesn't mean they end their journey with that title. As far as building a business, in my mindset, I just think I'm offering a gift to someone. There's someone else out there that is looking for $500 extra a month. And if I'm not sharing this with someone, either someone else is going to come up and take my network of people, but Ray hit it on the head. So we're offering hope to someone. And when you talk about keeping the excitement, not being so pushy, I really think in my head, I have a product line because I believe in it 110%, that I have a gift to offer that mom or dad or whoever it may be to make them feel better in the skin that they're in. I also, on the flip side, have a business opportunity that if someone did share that with me, our life would look so completely different. Whether we'd be married or not, I don't know. We would not have a 4th child, I do know that. So many things in our life would be different. So you have a gift to give. Whether they receive it and accept it, that's all on them. So just know that there's people out there that are wanting to dream bigger. They just don't have the vehicle until you offer that to them. So just remember that it's really not about any one of us in this room. And if you're a guest, really it's about you tonight. And that next person whose life you can touch and change.
Anybody else? Before we go, making it easy. That's good. All right, well, thanks everybody for coming. Let's give our guests a big round of applause.
I'm really shy.
She wants to know who of you earned a cruise? Who in our group earned a cruise?
Stand up.
Stand up.
Let's make sure that we can all get together on the cruise in December.
Oh,
We're going to have a total blast. Oh
Is anybody going to Nashville tomorrow or for Saturday? I know that we're going to Nashville.
We have a bunch of people already in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, next step. Conference is coming up in January. They're about to announce that.
January-ish.
January-ish. January-ish.
Yes.
Very important to try to get there, even if you have to get in hotel rooms. Traditionally, the last couple of years, I've rented a couple of houses. Okay, very important you get there. It's one of the best things that we do, just to see and rub elbows and feel that environment. I mean, you come out, that event alone gets you through half the year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, you come out of there and your team is just rocking. Very important. If you want to invest in you can make yourself a ham sandwich and everything and make it super cheap. Okay. Now, from what I understand, when we're sitting at the reception, I was talking with the Coffins, and they said, from what they're hearing, it's going to sell out pretty quick.
Yes.
Okay. So don't think about it. Just take a step, leap of faith. Okay. They generally have payment plans involved in that, help you out. But definitely be there. We'll figure out how to get you there, and we'll figure out when to sleep. Okay.
Be your man there.
Where does it normally?
Bring your spouse.
It's in Florida.
Bring your spouse. Okay.
Yeah.
For all you ladies that have traditional hard-headed guys, get them there. It's very, very important as they see this. Okay.
It really is. It'll change you as a person when you come out of there.
If you don't mind, we're fixing to break. If you don't mind, if you will take your chairs, I need a little help because I set them all up. Okay. We have 3 chair racks that are outside. We're going to pull in. If you'll take your chair, we'll put them in the racks of the